Okay.
He's just on the phone.
I'm here with another friend. His name is Aaron. I'm live streaming at the moment. So. Sorry again. Yeah. Bad connection. So, yeah. And this phone actually happens to be T-Mobile. Usually it's sorry again. It's kind of a cloudy and cold day. It's heating up a little. And I had to get into my sweater. Sorry about that again. Oh well. Yeah, it's not a bad little. Sorry again. Oh well. Things will. Dang, this bites. Oh well. I'll try. Once again. Cuts out. Hey, Robert. Hi guys, back again. We're back again. Data is really bad.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it cuts in and out.
Yeah, but I'm leaving. Like I'm trying to look for another
All
place.
right.
Oh, okay.
And even
Back
if I'm
online
there
again.
and find any suitable places to film there, then you're more than welcome to do
Okay,
that.
awesome.
Sorry about that again. Crashing. Well, I did try this. It's just regular Doritos with salt. Sorry again.
So,
Little Sanrio character. They're like animal crackers. Sorry again.
Do you have a second one? So
yeah. You want to record?
Okay.
she's all salty.
Yeah, and she told him to choke her. You know, and she has some text messages that she wants him to choke her.
Oh.
Budget right now. and the Mayor Bass is proposing budget cuts. And
Oh no, another new vibe. Oh well. Oh well. Here we go again. Oh no. Sorry again. I think I'm going to kind of end the stream. Okay. On a better system. Wi-Fi for 1 hour. Oh, well, go figure. This phone works much better, don't you think? This one is just crap. Try this. It's just regular Cheetos. Ooh. Jalapeno. Good kick to it. like jalapeno. This is the same thing as that. So we're back for a little while. We have a cup. Ah. Hope y'all are doing well. Should have roughly about a pretty good spell on this. 50 minutes or so, maybe. It's supposed to be free. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. She said that that's how it's supposed to be. People in Sylvia's joke about some before this. It's like a big office, the whole country. Yeah.
It was kind of cold this morning, so I had to put this on. It's my ugly Christmas sweater. Surfing Santa. I like it. I like this because it keeps the heat in very well. And that is garbage. Not garbage. That there. I'm welcome. This will, of course, cut off like this does. This is a pretty bad phone. It's a Fox. It's one of those freebie ones. Usually the government phones are pretty good. I had a couple that were pretty good. The previous one that got stolen, it was okay. But before that, I had this really nice phone. And I built up 25 gigabytes a month free on that thing. And then some idiot decided to steal it. Of course, I had to call Assurance Wireless and tell them about that, and they wanted to charge me $130 for a new one. I'm thinking, freaking way. I'm not being charged $130 for that. Oh. The Wi-Fi looks good, by the way. Even though it's for an hour. Free. Well, at least according to this, maybe another 45, 50 minutes. Whew. And hopefully we can get to a good amount put on this. We hope to be talking about tariffs, the death of the Pope, Pope Francis, the WWE that went on this past week. Okay. There's a couple other things as well.
Sorry, I probably lost the signal once I left.
Yeah, but the page saved.
So, yeah, so what I'll do, I was thinking I can videotape you guys, and we can, I could probably do something like this, like you guys over here, and I could probably get actually, I like this. We'll see what that's actually. This is actually cool. You guys can be on this side, and I'll videotape you. And I'll just throw out some questions, and you guys can comment on. Yeah, appreciate you guys showing up today. Hey, how you doing?
Sure.
All right. 25.
Oh my God, you didn't have to, Robert. I would have done it for $2. I would have done it for $2.
I feel like that. And then active jobs are slow right now. So
No worries.
yeah, then I could probably take your phone back to St. Land, so
Yeah.
you can save your busman.
Thanks.
And I can take
Appreciate
it.
that.
Yeah. So
Despite the fact that I just put money on it,
you see, mine was pretty good actually too.
$10. That's okay.
Aaron, you can get between these two. Yeah, I'm going to get on Twitch, Cameron, so I can.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't signed up. I'm going to get on there.
Could I trade with you?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Then we have the female in the middle. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Male, female.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother Aaron.
Let me get the chips and stuff out of the way, so there's more professional.
Yeah.
The snacks out of it. Take the snack. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, snacks. I got it. All right, so what you guys? So what do you guys think about the tariffs? Right now they're putting tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. It's crazy. Like 3 countries at one time. It's like a big trade war going on.
Well, the way I see it, both Canada and Mexico seem to have one thing in common. China, especially with the fentanyl trade, the whole Desert Despair and Hotline America. Well, how much do you think interference or shady business China does with either the outgoing Trudeau government in Canada, and even in Mexico's drug cartels, where anyone that knows anything, what China would do is kind of surreptitiously send in precursor chemicals to some of the cartels there, and then that's what the cartels mass produce and sell, distribute the fentanyl.
I did hear about something where the cartels and China have some kind of agreement. I saw like it's well known and documented that they have a lot of China's behind a lot of nefarious activity.
Yeah, and it's also well documented that child labor and forced labor are being done in China as well.
I mean, they're being done here as well. When we see illegal immigrant children working in poultry and meat processing plants, so that's not one of the reasons why. I personally feel this is just for Trump, like trying to act like the big man on campus, and he just was trying to say, "Oh, America first, manufacturing jobs should be here." Although he is one of the biggest individuals when it comes to being a proponent of outsourcing and offshoring. So the hypocrisy does not sit well with me. And we all know that when tariffs are instated in products, the consumer is the one paying for those tariffs. It is not the actual country or the corporation in that country that basically pockets the cost. It's the consumer. It's trickle down economics. Who knows that, and he could care less.
Well,
and in China's basically saying at this point, that's great, you want to put tariffs on us, but we have the patents to all your stuff, and we can make it 100 times cheaper. That iPhone that you sell for close to $1,000, we can have a similar replica of that, and we can sell it for maybe $80 or $90. So who is the consumer really going to go and purchase this product from? They have us on that. They have all our blueprints. So.
And then there have been a lot of reciprocal tariffs in response, so now Trump is sort of beginning to back down and negotiating with people because of the reciprocal tariffs. And like she said, yes, mobile phones, computers are some of the chief imports into the United States from China and China's chief exports, but they also get like soybeans, oil from us, and some of our industries rely on metals and other precious sources that we don't have here. So I'm definitely thinking that Trump will eventually back down from this and they will negotiate. It's just like soft balancing and just portraying himself as buff and powerful, but at the end I don't think they're just really going to go himself back to
TikTok still hasn't been sold yet.
Well, then again, here's the thing. Whatever worse you think the American public is going through, there's current trade war, China has it far worse. I mean, I think everyone pretty much knows that the Chinese economy is in the gutter right now, and that's even before the trade war, thanks to COVID-19 and
COVID hit everyone hard.
Yeah, but
And it still continues to hit people hard as well.
because the thing is, I don't know how many of us. Say what you will about Trump, this or that, but whoever he's dealing with, i.e., China, I imagine it'd be several layers much worse because I'm of the opinion going back to 2009 or 10 that how when we were customary for Americans to self-pledge, it has been for us to be speaking German today. Well, back then I thought if we hadn't got our personal effects in order, pretty soon we'll all be learning to speak Mandarin. And honestly sure right now because China is basically trying to bet with the worst hand right now, economically speaking, because you can't get a much more dangerous and threatening China than China herself, especially Xi Jinping, who wants to revert the empire nation back to its Mao's roots. And we all remember how horrible things went during Mao's reign, famine, and
So we're gonna
Great leap forward.
switch it up and now we're gonna touch a bit. So now a lot of times they're into this juicy stuff. So we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about that guy Shannon Sharp. Do you think it's a shake And so, do you think it's a shakedown? What's happening there? What do you think about the biggest thing they're talking about is a 54-year-old man dating a 19-year-old girl, but someone said this has been going on for years. You have Leonardo DiCaprio, you got some guy named Phoenix or whatever. He was dating Jaquan Phoenix or some actor. All of them are dating. You know, you even can go back to. So this is just a laundry list of people that are okay. Well, let me start over.
It hasn't been going on for decades, so it's been going on since written history.
Right. Shannon
Even
Sharp
early
is,
American
Shannon
history,
Sharp is
too.
54, and in 2023, the girl, the OnlyFans girl, her name is I think Gabriella or something. She was 19. So that's like what is that?
Age of consent.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
then
I
again,
mean,
hold on.
that's like 27.
35-year difference.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I've been checking out, like, I guess let's say the podcast here. It's not so much like the whatever podcast or Fresh and Fit, but also
Fresh and Fit.
I mean,
yeah, and the idea about, I guess, so if you're on the more intellectual side, like, that's true. Have to check out the podcast called The Lotus Eaters, and yeah, it's like a British, yeah. Anyway, one of the, I guess, influencers I respect most, Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad. He's been doing some discussions about, the female sphere of culture, and how I remember in the past podcast, he said, we've even seen a return of, younger women and have to date over with an older man because, I don't know, something about resources also maybe. Oh, this is getting so spicy. The unintentional long-term side effects of feminism, this and that. But the point being is,
I think it's they said it's a coincidence. It has to be more than a coincidence that Tony Busby, the same guy that tried to sue Jay-Z, as soon as it was announced that Shannon Sharp was going to get a $100 million contract with I think ESPN or Fox Sports, all of a sudden she wants to sue. And then they're saying is, why would a 19, 20-year-old, why would she turn down $10 million? It's because someone, Tony Busby, told her not to take the deal. Probably, I can get you $50 million because they're suing her for $50 million. Right? They're suing Shannon Sharp for $50 million right now.
and not to mention, this is so controversial. I guess maybe the reason why the current dating culture is such a abysmal joke. How a lot of relationships are no longer even much less with familial intent. It's more like just transactional. Like you just date because it's more like a business arrangement.
Business arrangement, yeah, it's a business arrangement. Yeah, that's a crazy.
And how it's actually screwing women more so than even men.
One of the things I wonder is like, if they're making so much on OnlyFans, I mean, I've heard of the girl who was on what's the show? She was like Catch Me Outside girl. I forget.
Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah, that girl.
Daniela Bergolia.
Daniela Bergolia. Okay. Now she made $75 million. She doesn't need a rich guy. She made $75 million off of OnlyFans. So I wonder, why isn't the girl that Shannon Sharp? Why does she need money if she's on OnlyFans?
That's a really good point.
She must not be making.
Not only that, but maybe there is validity into her accusations. Because if this were a loving, nurturing dynamic that she had with this man, I'm sure she wouldn't be resentful to the point where she's suing him now, irregardless if he's having a $10 million contract or not. He did a lot of things to her. Again, there was this, power imbalance. This age,
Grooming,
absolutely.
And I'm sure she has the receipts.
Well, then here's the other thing.
It's saying that she even has videos, and she shared these videos with his friends as per his desire.
Well, here's
This
the
is
thing.
disgusting. I frankly am on the side of the girl. He took this girl, he basically objectified her, like
Yeah.
basically treated her like an animal and said, "You're less than me. You are nothing. I can do to you as I please." And so he did. He degraded her in the worst fashion. And now she, by the grace of the good Lord, is taking a stance, in my opinion, because if these things were to have ended on good terms, amicably, and and both parties acted in good faith, there would not be this lawsuit right now.
Well, then again,
because there are so many
Oh, yeah.
OnlyFans models.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then
So,
funny you mentioned OnlyFans was because was there a New York Times article describing that despite how lucrative its reputation is, turns out it's is a saturated market where only a very few top tier.
top-
Yeah, that makes
That's
the millions.
true.
Where
Even
everyone-
on Twitch,
Yeah,
there's only
Twitch
like a
stocks.
certain amount of people that make a lot of money because of it. And those of us, that have been around for almost a few years,
Yeah,
are
it's
still
well,
struggling.
that's I think that has to do with the algorithm because Instagram
Possibly.
they kind of the
Yeah,
algorithm is
especially
kind of,
Instagram.
fixed towards certain individuals and like what do they call it? They shadow ban a lot of people and limit.
Well, then again, this is the same Twitch that remember that was been in trouble at least with some of the more not just the male account users, well, even let's say female account users that don't necessarily show their goods to make a buck, but
Right.
they're complaining about how it seems like there's so many simps working behind the scenes in Twitch that just seem to give a very lenient pass to especially the top earning skin revealing
Oh yeah.
those.
Yeah, and then also, like you said, because it's so saturated, that only they have only a few of them make the big bucks. Like I said, Daniel Borgilli, the
Bad Baby.
Bad Baby.
Cash
yeah.
outside.
Yeah, because I mean, it's so saturated though. Only so many people can make it up the algorithm.
Yeah, well, again, here's the thing. I think also, I don't know, let's discuss about what Shannon Sharp, the Twitch economy, so to speak, the SIP economy, which is, well, do you think consequences are finally catching up to feminism, whatever that is? Because, I mean, like how.
Well, I don't think. I think a lot. I think it. I don't know. I think it's up to all women on OnlyFans, and I think the feminism is benefiting a lot of women that don't want to go that route. I think it's. I think it's like
Post feminism?
Yeah, I think it's I think people think that all these women are OnlyFans, but I think most women are working regular jobs, working the corporate ladder. There's a lot of women business owners now. I mean, there are OnlyFans. There's always going to be women that do that, but it's also feminism. I think it's opening up opportunities.
Yeah, feminism is just basically a right of a woman to have an education and to get employment at equal pay. And I don't understand what's so controversial about that.
Well, then again,
Feminism in itself was a counter-revolution to, chauvinism of men.
Right.
Basically thinking that they're God's gift or second in command after God. And most women don't want that. These men would be allowed to beat their women, treat them like trash. And if you look at the olden laws, the women that they wanted to divorce had no right to property, had no right to their children even. And they were just cast out onto the streets to fend for themselves or to let the elements of nature have them succumb. So that's exactly why we need a feminism. People, especially chauvinists, will put a bad spin on it. But before feminism, for women just basically decided to congregate together and say, this is not fair that, our men or any man can do this to us, or men in charge can put these laws so absolutely abusive and dismissive of women, that to the point where we are not going to have any sustenance unless we rely on a man and we please that man to the nth degree. Even then, once he gets rid of us, it's endgame for us. Not only with that relationship, but potentially our life itself. We will not be able to see our children. We will not have a comfortable life. We will have no means of even getting a job to provide any sort of life for ourselves.
So switching gears, I want to talk about, because I'm a dad. What do you guys think about
Girl dad.
they're getting rid of the petroleum-based. Okay, they're getting rid of. I believe it's John F. Kennedy Jr. is the
Bobby Kennedy.
Robert Kennedy.
Yeah,
Robert Kennedy Jr. Not John. He's not alive. Okay, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. he's head of the health department, food and all that, food and drug. They're getting rid of petroleum-based dye, so I think that'll be food dye. So I guess that'll be good, because I think a lot of food dyes are in like cereal, and, kids. I think that's a good thing. And,
It is. A lot of food dyes have been linked to autism, attention deficit disorder, and a plethora of developmental issues in children. They're at a particularly vulnerable time during this growth period where they have neuroplasticity and their brains can change in a manner that's not easily undone. So removing those dyes from kids' products is very essential for their overall well-being, which is mental, physical, and even behavioral, because they have been linked to hyperactivity.
Oh, the ADHD.
Or how this one, autism.
Autism.
Didn't I hear? Oh, this is gonna be so spicy. Maybe like the whole transgender movement. I don't know if that's into autism, and if so, could argument can be made that some of the, you said, petroleum-based artificial food dyes, etc. May play a longer-term consequence of how we're now living in, was it Abigail Schreier's world of irreparable damage? With like,
Yeah, I think once.
They're in your system, they
Yeah,
don't disappear.
they don't disappear. A lot of the, so I think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is onto something. Now by getting rid of petroleum-based food dye, and there's some other things he was saying that are in food, that we have a lot of things in our food that are banned in other countries.
Right.
True.
It's so many. It's not just a food dye, but it's
Volatile bromides.
right. So many.
Because I think
those long names.
A lot of chemicals.
A lot of chemicals.
yeah, microplastics and whatever, but also, what was it? I'm trying to remember.
And a lot of this stuff is fast soluble, so it's going to actually be retained in your body, in your fat storage.
Right.
So that's the really horrifying part of it. So if you feel like you can flush it out 9 out of 10 times, or even 10 out of 10 times, you can. It's going to stay with you for the long haul and cause that detriment.
Right. A lot of it can't be metabolized by your body. It just remains stored in your fat and your bones, and even in your brain. There's been aluminum and beta amyloid proteins found in the brain that's linked to Alzheimer's disease in the long run.
Oh wow, Alzheimer's.
And here's the thing I'm thinking about.
Alzheimer's is really big.
You notice how there's a lot of premature deaths of certain public figures nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, it's not to do with the controversy about COVID vax are administered to people who might have what do you call it, pre-existing conditions that wouldn't accommodate. How about like let's say in the case of what's his face, Chadwick Boseman, when he died of colon cancer.
Colorectal cancer.
Yeah, do you think maybe, just maybe, I don't know, what was this diet consist of?
But it was a pancreatic.
No, he had colorectal.
Oh, colorectal.
And
Pancreatic,
that's a genius point, because it could have been his diet that caused it.
Oh.
There's a surge of colorectal cancer, and people can't exactly pinpoint what it is, but I'm pretty sure, because our ancestors, even going to the 1950s, were not eating this processed food. I don't even think they would be able to consider this as food in the 1950s. It's just like some sort of mishmash of chemicals.
Right.
And the only people that benefit from this mishmash of chemicals is the industries that produce them at dirt cheap prices and sell them to us for quite a profit. And when it comes to corporations, and corporations like Kellogg's and Procter and Gamble are at the helm of producing
Right.
all these foods that we consume that they say are wholesome in factories,
Oh.
they are only beholden to their stakeholders. So they just want to not generate health.
Profits.
It's all about profits.
Yeah, but
They
Right.
could care less. They're just like the cigarette industry. They want to get you addicted with the MSG, with all these additives. I'm sure a lot of these synthetic food chemicals are highly addictive. They're meant to look palatable. They're meant to have you want and crave them. The minute you do, that's that 20-second rush of, oh, this is so good. And then your body, for the remainder, has to pay the consequence
Then you're-
processing it. Then you get shipped to the medical industry, another multi-billion, trillion-dollar corporation,
Big
where
pharma.
they, basically pump you up with drugs.
Right. No,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, big pharma.
But it's
Big
the world.
pharma. Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
pharma.
thanks for you guys coming, man. This is really, my phone doesn't have, I gotta get another phone that doesn't have my storage, so I got all of this so far. Then
That's good.
It's starting to do like yours, shut off. I don't know.
Well, it hasn't shut off ever since I got on the
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
okay, you can share that
I got
video
Wi-Fi.
with me.
So, yeah, I can do that on
yeah,
my Twitch.
Cool, yeah. So,
And also save it and post it on my YouTube.
okay, so yeah, so we'll do that.
What's your YouTube handle?
It's King Spirit Travels.
Oh,
Yeah, Kingston Travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's on. I have to download. I have to get another phone because this one doesn't have.
Yeah, I'd like to try to get another phone actually. I need two.
so I can get Twitch because I have all these apps and they're taking up all
Oh yeah.
my video and all that. Yeah, so yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
appreciate
do
you guys.
I do like this phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy
Yeah, mine is,
A03s. I wish I could get another one.
It's just the same.
I just damaged the tray, so I can't put the SIM in.
Okay. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out, man.
Yeah.
So at least we have another location we can. It's pretty cool. And actually, we never even got to the actual room that I rent out.
Oh,
Because I like this better, actually.
are we going to the
Yeah.
actual room or are we just clocking out?
No, I'm done. I think that was good. We got enough. I'm posted.
great.
And my YouTube is Joe Russell. So that's
You should text it to us.
yeah. I'm gonna text
Thank
it
you
to
so much.
Yeah. Thanks you guys coming out. Appreciate it.
So much. We
No
appreciate you. This
Oh.
was such a blast. The highlight of my week, by the way.
Okay, guys, that's it. So
Bye.
I'll be posting this later, especially on YouTube.
Camera lives on this, so I'm gonna
And
take them.
see you next time. Just remember to please communicate, appreciate, and validate the loved ones in your lives because we're on this planet for a very short time. We need to help each other, not hurt each other. Okay. Thank you for joining, and y'all be well, do good work, keep in touch. I will see you next stream on my Foodie Friday, and I guess that's it. Other than that, please support your favorite streamer, even if it's not yours truly. Toss a coin to your streamer once in a while. They would appreciate it, even I would as well. So thank you, see you next time, and peace out.